Governor firing his Energy and Environment Director, Ken McQueen, who helped the state advance a lawsuit accusing poultry companies of polluting Oklahoma waters.
News 4's Spencer Humphrey tells us the reasoning behind Stitt's move today and why it's leading to even more questions.
A lawsuit nearly 2 decades in the making, now at the center of a controversial move by Governor Stitt to fire his own Secretary of Energy and Environment. This all goes back to 2005, when then Oklahoma Attorney General Drew Edmondson sued Tyson Foods and other large poultry producers for polluting water sources like the Illinois River and Lake Tenkiller with poultry waste. Edmondson said the waste contaminated the state's water supply, placing financial burdens on cities who, in turn, had to invest in major water treatment upgrades.
No waste is supposed to be going into that river, and hundreds of thousands of tons have gone into the river because of surface application of poultry waste in western Arkansas and eastern Oklahoma.
In addition to the AG, the state of Oklahoma also listed its Secretary of Environment as a plaintiff in the suit.
We included pertinent government officials because of their official positions. That included the Secretary of the Environment. The name was subsequently changed to Energy and the Environment.
The lawsuit has been tied up in court for years. Since Edmondson left office in 2011, AGs Scott Pruitt, Mike Hunter, Stitt's own appointed AG John O'Connor, and current AG Gentner Drummond, all Republicans, carried the suit forward. So, too, did everyone who's held the role of Secretary of Energy and Environment. Finally, last year, a federal judge ruled in favor of the state, and with that judgment, it was time for the state to negotiate how much the poultry companies needed to pay up. Hearings for those negotiations are still ongoing. Stitt's own hand-picked Secretary of Energy and Environment, Ken McQueen, showed up at one of those hearings on Tuesday. After all, he's a plaintiff in the case. And for that, Stitt fired him. In a statement, the governor saying, "I'm disappointed that Ken McQueen would join AG Drummond, former AG Drew Edmondson, and environmentalists in opposition to Oklahoma farmers and landowners by appearing at a court hearing today in his capacity as secretary." That decision doesn't make a lot of sense to Edmondson, who, by the way, ran as Stitt's Democratic opponent in the 2018 race for governor.
It wasn't any advocacy on his part that got him included in the lawsuit. But for the governor to conclude that this means he was in favor of the lawsuit is just plain stupid. And it's wrong.
AG Drummond's office firing back at Stitt with their own statement, saying Attorney General Drummond is a rancher and landowner who supports Oklahoma agriculture without fail. The lawsuit was filed by a previous Attorney General and maintained by every Attorney General since, including Stitt's hand-picked Attorney General, who was roundly rejected by rural Oklahoma despite the governor's best efforts.
To categorize that the Attorney General is not working in the best interest of Oklahomans in this lawsuit that was filed on behalf of Oklahoma because of the pollution in our water is categorically unfair, but it's politically expedient.
State Senator Mary Boren points out the state did not go after Oklahoma farmers in its lawsuit, instead just suing big corporations like Tyson.
These shareholders don't even live in Oklahoma. They don't even drink Oklahoma's water. They drink water from some tower in Wall Street somewhere else outside of Oklahoma, and they don't ever have to worry about the cleanliness of Oklahoma's water. And it'd be nice if our governor would care about it.
And she believes there are larger interests at play.
We're in the middle of a federal lawsuit to protect drinking water that the governor fired somebody that he had appointed previously so that he could get somebody else to testify the way that a particular industry wanted that testimony to go.
Now, shortly after Stitt announced McQueen's firing today, he named his replacement, saying he's chosen Jeff Starling as the new Secretary of Energy and Environment. Now, Starling was previously the top attorney for Lagoon Water Midstream, which manages wastewater from oil and gas production.